Hi guys, my name is Jasmine and I am your small town gray witch here to do an unboxing of a company that I'm really psyched about, and I've done a couple of these unboxings. So, the company that I like and I get at least one or I get once a month is the Witches Moon. I understand that not everybody's up to unboxings and things like that, but I like promoting companies that I'm really fond of. So, the Witch's Moon is a subscription box, and I think it's really awesome because it does come in different shapes and sizes, blah blah. So, thewitchesmoon.com is the website, and I will post that in the description. I get the Witches Roots box, which is one of three monthly subscription boxes that they do. So they do the Witch's Moon, which is the biggest box, the Witch's Bounty, which is a smaller box, and then the Witch's Roots, which is what I get, the Witch's Roots box, which is the smallest box. They did not pay me to do this. They don't even know I exist yet. Hopefully maybe one day, but not today. So I paid with my own money, and I just like this company. And this is my honest opinion. So I have over here the prices and the concepts of it. So the prices for the US. Now this includes shipping. So anybody in the US, this box right here costs $30. Anybody in Canada, it's going to be $36. And internationally, so not US and not Canada, it's going to be $39. That includes shipping. The prices change via where you are to accommodate that shipping change. And then this is the box. This is the size of the box you get. It's like face size. Okay? I say face size. Yeah. So the Witch's Roots tends to focus on a herb or root or some kind of plant thing in each one, with also extra things. It comes with an oracle card that was pulled just for you. It comes with, I'm trying to actually pull up something too, sorry. So it comes with an oracle card that they've pulled that is personal to you. I like putting these on my altar and kind of reflecting, like, okay, I read it. Sometimes I'll even go back to it throughout the month, and then even if I don't get back to it, when I take it down, I'm like, oh, how did this apply to my month? What was I not seeing before? Kind of like hindsight concept. So always get an oracle card. I've always gotten a candle. Usually they're the beeswax paper rolled candle, not paper, but you know what I'm saying, where they lay the beeswax into a sheet and then they roll it up. They come with an incense, like I said, a herb of some sort. They come with grimoire pages. Usually at least one page goes with, I've never had it not go with the herb. So you get at least one grimoire page and it will go with the herb, and then sometimes you even get more grimoire pages. And their artwork is awesome, guys. It really is awesome. And then you usually get like a stone or a crystal of some sort. So those are the things that you usually get in this box. Usually there'll be other things. I've gotten books, I've gotten god or goddess statues, I've gotten a whole bunch of different things. So, just to be clear, this is the November 2024 box. I should have probably said that at the beginning, but it's all good. 2024 November box. And it's the Vessel of the Goddess. Vessel of the Goddess is what this box is titled. On their webpage, if you go to the upcoming, it gives you kind of a hint, gives you about a paragraph hinting what this box is about. So this one was very, very, I'd say, symbolistic and metaphoric when it came to the description. I will read the description to you. It says, the world around, and yes, I'm looking at the screen behind the camera, so bear with me. The world around us can easily be perceived as being negative and energy draining, if only we allow it. The experiences begin to feel more rigid, critical, and judgmental. we turn and face the gentle guidance of the goddess. As with all looks that are associated with the magical practice, each contains a deeper vessel of knowledge, which represents the aspect of ourselves that is personal to our path. In this very charming collection, we work with the vessel of the goddess, allowing her energy to wash over us, cleansing us of hate, anxiety, and bitterness. In this season of shadows, allow yourself the opportunity to see the goddess in all things, from the mundane to the magical. So it comes across kind of as a renewing of energy of sorts and how we look at the world and shadow work, so on and so forth. So I'm going to open the box. Oh, side note, I know I have it crumpled so you can't see my address, but if you're in the broom closet, it does come in this bag. The box does not show up in the box. It does come in a bag. And the bag does say W Moon Shop on it, but it doesn't say anything more than that. So if you have nosy neighbors, which shouldn't be looking in your mail, but whatever. So if you have nosy neighbors, at least that covers it up. Now, I'm opening the box. Getting through all the jam of the box, let's actually go into the box. So each box comes with a paper, and the paper kind of gives you a whole bunch of information of each object in the box. I don't like reading these. I like reading these as I pick through the items. So I'll pick up an item, and if I have questions or comments or concerns about said item, that's when I'll refer to this. So we're going to put this to the side right now. Ooh. This is my oracle card. It is just for me, but I don't mind sharing because you guys don't know my life. All right. So back is gorgeous. It looks like it has birds on it. And then it has kind of like a Celtic knot-ish kind of, not exactly a knot, but you know what I'm saying. The Celtic design, and it's gorgeous on the back. And then on the front, it has older man. Again, very Celtic feel. And it says 16, which I'm guessing is just the card number. A blessing from your ancestors. So this is a blessing from my ancestors. Now, again, this is a personal card that is picked just for the person who gets this box. Each card is going to be different and associated with that person. So they do intuitively pick the cards and put them in the boxes. So I got a gift from my ancestors. And the funny thing is, with Samhain just behind us, or technically, depending on when you celebrate Samhain, it's right around this time, because today's the 12th, it was right around this time. I went and visited my ancestors and gave offerings to their graves and stuff like that. So this is kind of meaningful to me. I will put this to the side and see what's the rest of this is in the box. So I'm kind of curious. So we got some art, grimoire art, and it says chalice. So chalice goes with the vessel. This is amazing grimoire art, though. Like, look at the hands, look at the cups, look at the writing. It is gorgeous. I'm probably, there you go. It is gorgeous artwork. I love to put these in my actual grimoire when I'm doing something that relates to the page. Just because. And also note, before I get into this tarot, the cups or the chalice is the emotional. The water, it refers to the water element, which refers to our emotional being. Just, I like to put the different things that match up. So if we find more things that kind of match with our emotional being or water, makes sense. So chalice. And this works with vessels, if you think about it. But yeah, it gives representation, intuition, feminine divine, transformation and transmuting, sacred vessel of creation, connection to the moon and water, blessings and offerings, and healing and cleansing. So yes, this is kind of little aspects of how this works. They do not ask that you make copies of these and send it. This is artwork that people are buying, so let's not rip off a small company. But I will show it to you guys because I think it's gorgeous. Go to their website if you think this is awesome. But just putting it out there. So, papaya is the herb of the day. I know it's not a herb, but it's plantish. It's a fruit. So, but they'll do different things. And again, this artwork is just gorgeous. It actually looks better in person than, like, it looks brighter on the screen, but like you're missing some of the details in the papaya on the screen that they've drawn here. It looks actually better when it comes to the details. Like, you're missing some of the greens in the papaya here and things like that they've drawn in on the screen, at least on my screen. So it looks even better. It's not as bright, but it looks even better off the screen. So it gives chakras, colors, stones, botanicals, animals, magic beings, magical properties, and uses for the papaya. It also has a bunch of symbolism, the elements, the celestial influence, and it does come, this one did come with a hard backer. It is not thick, it has a hard back so it won't bend, and it has come in a sleeve, so I like these. And by the way, I keep the backers and I keep the sleeves and I do stuff with them. So the one thing, I have to say, the one thing I do not like, but I understand why they do it, and I appreciate that it's not the, like, styrofoam, what are those called? Peanuts? I don't like those. But they do give us a lot of this, like, paper curl, which, by the way, I work in places that work with this stuff. This stuff is totally recyclable. Sorry, I could not think of the word recyclable. So this stuff is totally recyclable. If you bring it in a bag to your local transfer station or something like that, they probably have a paper bin. Feel free to throw this in. 90% of transfer stations do not care about shred, so it's not a problem. I know my cats like to take this all over the house, which is always fun for me. More fun for them, not so much fun for me, but that's okay. I do like annoying my husband with these because I find that fun. But that is like the one, but I am happy that it's not the styrofoam paper. It's paper, not styrofoam, because it is recyclable. Note, if you do decide to go to your local transfer station or whatnot, styrofoam is not always recyclable depending on where you go. So I like that they cut back on this styrofoam. They do have plastic bags and stuff in here, but they don't have styrofoam. So, first thing I see is a pretty large crystal. It comes in a cute little sack, kind of drawstring bag. But it looks very white. I actually don't know what this one is. It's very white, very crystally. How it looks on the screen is pretty much like you're not seeing all the detail, just like in the papaya picture. But how it looks on the screen is definitely kind of how it looks in real life. It has that white, kind of snowy. It's a little more gray, but you can kind of see that depending on how I turn it. But it's definitely white on some sides. It's definitely sparkly. It is definitely cold. I know it went through the mail, but it is cold, cold, cold. And I have no idea what this is, which is why we refer to our page. I'm actually really kind of excited. This is a really good sized stone here. It's actually pretty heavy too. It's a really good sized stone. It is definitely like a full fist of stone. So let's deal. Let's read. Tumbled? Nope, this is not tumbled. So this cannot be that. Let's see what this is. This has got to be it. This is tumbled I know it doesn't look tumbled to me, but maybe this is tumbled. But it's tumbled lepidolite stone. I'm gonna spell that out to you because I know I'm saying that wrong. This is the first time I've ever worked with this stone. I'm gonna have to look it up. So it's Lepidolite. So I have no idea if this is the only stone on the paper. So I'm gonna definitely have to look this stone up, double check that information. Be your own sourceful witch. Who knows? This is maybe how this stone tumbles. I don't know. I don't know. So if you guys have any ideas, because usually when I think tumbled, I think like smooth. So if you guys have any ideas, and by the way, as I'm touching it and rubbing it, it is kind of flaking off a little bit. I don't know if you can see the kind of shinies on my fingers, but it is definitely like flaky. The speckiness of it is coming off on my fingers. At least in my view, it looks like little glitter bits on my fingers. So if you guys have any idea if it's that stone or if this is actually a different stone or why it tumbled so pointy, maybe you can come in the comments, educate me on things of this stone because I've never been introduced to this stone. So I'm going to put it back in its bag and we're going to move on. I'm kind of excited. All right. So if you guys have any idea, comment. Tell me what this is. Educate me as much as I talk. I'd like to hear you guys. So, like I said, we do get candles. So this is a very lavendery kind of candle. I'm going to take it out of the bag. It definitely looks like a light blue. Not so much lavender, but a very light bluey purple. I like that they give you kind of odd colors, not just like the primary colors. So yeah, it's like a light bluey kind of purple. On my screen, it looks as it looks in real life. So, and these they don't usually have scents, but they smell like beeswax because they are beeswax. And I love the smell of beeswax. And yes, I just booped my own dang self in the nose. But it smells kind of like a crayon. But a very natural crayon. If you pull, just so you're aware, if you pull the string will come out of this. I've accidentally done that at least once. But you can technically unroll these and put the string back in. So you can unroll these. I don't suggest it, but I wanted to let you know that all is not forsaken if you accidentally pull the string out. So I'm going to put this back in its bag and put it to the side and we're going to move on. So, well, I got the root, or the papaya technically. So this looks like not the actual fruit, but like the leaf of the papaya. It's green. It's very dusty. You can see on the back. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's very dusty. That's what I'm seeing all in here. It's a lot of broken little dusty bits. I'm kind of curious to see how it smells. It's definitely like the leaf in concept. It's not the fruit. It smells like dried up parsley to me. I know I'm kind of weird, but that's what it smells like to me. So, papaya. Now, I'm curious what we would use for papaya. Use papaya for. So I'm going to look on the grimoire page. I love how they give you the grimoire page that gives you the information with the herb. Because if you want to know what you would use papaya for, it tells you. So uses. Papaya is imbued with nurturing and healing qualities associated with planet Venus. It embodies themes of love, beauty, harmony, enhances relationships and emotional connections. So we're really getting like a cups, water, emotional box with the vessel kind of concept. So I'm loving the connections because we see this in multiple, like the cup equals water, which equals emotion. So it's kind of how that element goes. So this is for connection and things like that. Calming, harmony. I love those things. Now, it's only me and my husband here, so as long as we're having a good day, we don't need that much in my house. It's usually a pretty chill house. I'm the crazy one, so we'll see how that goes. So, they did give us a oil. They come in little vials like this. I have like a bajillion of these. I love them. And I use them. You don't need a lot. The thing is, a lot of people dress candles and put a crap ton of oil on them. You don't need a lot. I like to dab some on my forehead, depending on what I'm doing with it. This is internal overflow. So that's what this is called, internal overflow. So if I was doing, this seems like it would be good for like love, but I'm going to check their meanings for this. So let's go and look. Internal overflow, magical anointing oil. This wonderful fragrance blend has been created to bring about the overflowing feelings of comfort and protection in your workings and space. The special blend has been created with the oils of palmarosa, lemongrass, sweet orange, and our internal blessings oil blend. And then it gives a bunch of other stuff. So, note for me, this does have dried chamomile, peppermint leaf, and papaya leaf has been added. You'll also find a quartz crystal within the oil to bring power and programmability to your attention. So, note for me, I like that they list the ingredients because I'm actually allergic to peppermint. Now, don't get me wrong, this anointing oil is to anoint, not to eat. So let's please not eat things that aren't supposed to be eaten. But I would be a little more careful with this because if I eat it, I can actually burn my mouth. So if I accidentally like put it on my hand, I'll wash my hand and then I'll scratch my face. I can put it on my skin, so as long as it's not dripping, we're good. But it just tells me what to watch out for. And I will put some kind of sticker on the bottom or on the cap to let me know that this is one that has peppermint in it before I put it in my case. So I can just be a little smart about it. If you have an allergy, they do not necessarily accommodate the allergy. It's not going to be in everything. So just read your paper before you do things and be aware. Always do a spot test. So just put a little on your hand or something and see how your skin breaks out before you anoint your head. You can also anoint candles with it. Wear gloves if it bugs your skin and you really want to use it. Or just, you know what you can do? Collect them and pass them on to another witch. There's nothing wrong with that. So, a bunch of different things you can do with this. So, I swear I could build a witch kit of my own with all the stuff I have. And I use a lot of it, so. Now, I can tell that this is the special thing. You can kind of, I have a guess of what it is, but I'm going to put that to the side. And then the one other special thing that I'm seeing here, I'm going to put it to the side. I don't know what it is because I didn't just see it. And I'm going to go for the incense sticks. Now, like I said, they usually give incense sticks. This kind is magnolia. I've never had, I don't have magnolia incense. I burn incense sometimes, like it's going out of style. So, depending on the situation. Always burn safe. If you can't burn in your apartment, feel free to burn outside or at a friend's house. So, ooh, that smells like flowers. And I know magnolia has flowers. I'm not trying to be like, ew. But it's like clean, fresh flowers on a spring day. Oh, that smells really good. So, I'm going to put this away before like I shove it up my nose. It smells super good. I'm super happy with this. This is going to be something that I put aside and don't let anybody touch except for me on special occasions. So, now we got the incense. It's magnolia. I don't know if anybody's ever smelled magnolia, but it's awesome. So, one of the things I saw in the box that I put aside so you guys would have to wait is it's a triple goddess altar cloth Now, it is definitely that teal color, and you can definitely see the triple goddess. So, yep. Okay, I'm just making sure my screen is showing it. You can definitely see the triple goddess in it. It looks like it's like probably a 1.5 to 2 feet. It's a square, so 1.5 to 2 feet. It goes across my shoulders, if that helps. It pretty much goes across your shoulders. A little thinner than my shoulders, but still. I'm not gonna measure it. Not my problem. It's just what you would think an altar cloth is. Now, I have to be honest, I do like the bigger altar cloths because my altar is a little bigger. But I love these little ones because I will use 2 of them on my altar, or I will use one on because I have a chunk of wood, a flat chunk of wood on my altar. I'll put this on top of that. So I love the little altar cloths. Or if I'm going to someplace else, I'll bring a little one because travel easy, if that helps. So it does come with an altar cloth, which is really kind of cool. So what is this thing? Now this is the last thing, and there, like I said, there's always that special thing in these boxes, whatever that is, that goes with the theme. And this is looking like a chalice of some sort. I mean, right now it's wrapped in either a bag or paper, and then another, like, the bag or paper inside, and then another bag around it. So I'm kind of curious what kind of chalice this is. So I'm pulling it out. Yes, it is wrapped in like a tissue paper, so it's probably breakable. So please be gentle if you were to get this box. By the way, you can order the box all the way up until the end of the month. Ooh, this is pretty. So it is definitely like a metalish chalice, but it is super shiny. And then I know that it's kind of showing up, but there's a goddess on it. The one that it's usually a depiction of the goddess, like with the swirl belly, and then her hands are in, and there's one on each side of it, and then it has this really cool like second section part, and then it kind of comes down to a kind of an indent. It is not huge, but it is not small. I could probably do a shot of whiskey in it. Not that I would do that, but I'm really happy about this because honestly, I'm thinking about babies at this time. I'm about that age that we start thinking about babies, if we want them, if we don't want them, so on and so forth. I know some people have them in their 20s, but like, I'm just a hair over 30 and I'm really thinking about it. And I've been thinking about this symbol on my altar for pregnancy work. And I'm actually really happy to have this because I don't have a cup or a chalice. I have like 2 different chalices I use on my altar. I interchange them as I wash them and things like that. But they're very either witchy with the pentagram or very forest womany. So nature, forest, woman kind of power. And this is like the perfect little chalice for my pregnancy altar when I put that together. So I will be keeping this for when that is a part of my life. So I am super excited for this. Like actually really super excited for this. I get quiet when I get super excited. I don't get I'm like, ooh, that is pretty. Ooh. And I love that it's shiny. The squirrel in me loves that it's shiny, okay? So I don't know how, and it's pretty heavy. I wouldn't say it's like, I don't know how much it weighs. I'm not gonna even try to guess that, but it is solid. Like if you drop it, you're not gonna break it. It is definitely solid, and that's a thing for me. If you're gonna drop something, like use the things that if you drop them, you're not gonna break them. Because you don't have to be amazing to be a witch. You can totally be a klutz and be a witch. Just don't drop anything that's on fire. Bad idea. But yeah, if I was going to drop something, it would totally be this. And I'm so happy because I can't break it. It seems like it's solid metal. I'm guessing they wrapped paper in it so it just wouldn't scratch. But this is gorgeous. I'm very excited for this. honestly, $30 and you get like a solid metal little chalice. You go to the store and you're gonna pay 15-20 bucks for this. Like, seriously, you're gonna pay 15-20 bucks for this. The cloth's gonna be 10. Incense is gonna be like 2 or 3, maybe $1 if you're lucky. The grimoire pages, I know that the artwork, the sticker artwork that I get, that's even smaller than this, is like $5 a pop. So the candle could easily be like $4, $5 at least, if not more, depending on where you go. If we're not shopping on Amazon, people. And then the papaya leaf, I know I buy my small jars of herbs and incense, and like, not incense, but like herbs and stuff for like $5. And if it gets really rare, then it's like $10 for a little jar. And this is a pretty well sized bag. Like, this is a pretty well, this is at least like an ounce. I know that doesn't seem like much, but if you're just kind of trying things, I love this box. So everything definitely equals up to the price range. Not to mention, you got a stone that I have to look into. But you got stones, you got all the things. So this box is definitely price-wise worth it for me. And I get things that I want to use in the future that I will use right now, and things that I can kind of bundle up and pass on to the next person if I'm not going to use it. I have a couple of boxes that I was like, I can't separate any of this. But I know someday somebody will come up and need this. So I'm just going to and put it, because it was for a goddess or god or something like that, and everything went with that god. And I was like, I'm not worshiping this god right now. But one, who knows in the future? And two, who knows if I come across a witch who's like, I really love this god, I just don't know where to start. Or I really love this god and I'm like, I got a little extra something for you. That's where my goal is always to help. So this has been the Witches Roots. It is definitely a vessel situation here. And I'm actually really in love with this. Again, I will link their website in my description. If you feel so inclined, tell me which item in the comments you liked the best. Even if it was just the incense. And you're like, I like incense, I can buy that at the store, I don't need this big huge box for some incense. That's fine. Comment that. Let me know. Let me know if any of this to you seems interesting. Alright? And then, if you really like what I'm doing here, and if you really like what I'm doing here, subscribe. Because that's the best way to keep track of the weird things I'm posting. Alright? So, it's fun to sit here. It's fun to look at all the pretty things. You don't need the pretty things, but it's fun to have them. And you don't need these things to, best of all, go do magic. Alright, guys. Bye.